हमारे सबके परम सौभाग्य. As everyone knows, पूज्य सद्गुरुदेव जी, Dr. Shyam Sundar Parashar is here in Canada, and from tonight he will be doing Shiv Mahapuran Yajna. With him, his son Acharya Rishi Parashar ji is also come and is visiting us. So we have been blessed this morning to give him the opportunity to do our regular Sunday morning pravachan. Acharya Rishi ji is somebody who has done Bhagavad Katha in many different parts of India, as well as Badrinath Dham. And as well as being a Bhagavatacharya, he is also extremely fluent in English. So we requested him this morning because we know on Sunday mornings many of our devotees do not speak Hindi. So today Acharya Rishi ji, Kripa Karke, he is going to be doing the entire pravachan mostly in English as we do. So एक बार व्यास जी के लिए ताली बजाइए और प्रेम से बोलिए, बोलो व्यास महाराज की जय।
बोल कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की
जय।
भागवत महापुराण की
जय।
जय जय श्री राधे। हरि नमः परमहंसा स्वादित चरण कमल चिन्ह मकरंदा भक्त जन मानस निवासाय श्री रामचंद्राय ध्येयं सदा परिभवग्नमभीष्टदोहम् तीर्थास्पदं शिवविरिञ्चिनुतं शरण्यं प्रत्यार्तिहं प्रणतपालभवाद्दिपोतम् वंदे महापुरुष ते चरणारविंदम वंशी विभूषित करान्नवनीरदाभा पीतांबरादरुण बिंबफलाधरोष्ठा पूर्णेन्दु सुंदर मुखादरविंद नेत्रा कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। श्री सीतानाथ समारम्भां श्रीरामानन्दार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरु परम्पराम्। जय जय श्री राधा रमण जय जय नवल किशोर जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु जय जय माखन चोर जय जय माखन चोर। बोल कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। आइए भगवान नाम संकीर्तन करते हुए अपनी वाणी को पवित्र करें। तेरी शरण में आके, तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया।
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 जन्मों की प्यास थी जो,
जन्मों की प्यास थी जो,
जन्मों की प्यास थी जो,
जन्मों की प्यास थी जो
संपन्न हो गया। तेरी
शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया।
तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया।
श्री राधे।
कितने मिले अमीर यहाँ, कितने गरीब,
कितने मिले अमीर यहाँ, कितने गरीब,
कितने मिले अमीर यहाँ, कितने गरीब,
कितने मिले अमीर यहाँ, कितने गरीब।
पर आप मिल गए तो, पर आप मिल गए तो धनवान हो गया। पर आप मिल गए तो धनवान हो गया। ओ तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया। तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया। जय हो। करना कभी न दूर प्रभु चरणों से
करना कभी न दूर प्रभु चरणों से
करना कभी न दूर प्रभु चरणों से सहारे,
चरणों के ही सहारे,
हो चरणों के ही सहारे,
चरणों के ही सहारे,
अब पार हो गया
तेरी शरण में आके धन्य हो गया।
ओ तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया।
तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया।
जन्मों की प्यास थी जो,
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 संपन्न हो गया। ओ तेरी शरण में आकर मैं धन्य हो गया।
तेरी शरण में आके मैं धन्य हो गया।
ओ राधे कृष्णा 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 राधे राधे,
राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे राधे।
ओ राधे श्याम 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 राधे राधे,
राधे श्याम 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 राधे राधे।
ओ राधे कृष्णा 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 राधे राधे,
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे।
ओ राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे,
राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे।
राधे कृष्णा कृष्णा राधे राधे,
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे।
ओ राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे,
राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे।
ओ राधे कृष्णा कृष्णा राधे राधे,
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे।
ओ राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे,
राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे।
बोल कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। भागवत महापुराण की जय। जय जय श्री राधे। परात्पर अखिलेश्वर, अखिल कोटि ब्रह्मांड के नायक श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल के चरणों में मेरा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। एंड माय ग्रीटिंग्स the bhaktjans sitting over here. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
So as Yudhishthirji told me that in the last few sessions you heard about the Jad Bharat Katha, that how Jad Bharat ji was caught by the dacoits and they were going to sacrifice him as a bali. But Devi Mata came along and killed all those dacoits, setting him free for his whole life. So now Jad Bharat ji started roaming freely. And today I will try to throw some light on the Jad Bharat and Raja Raghuvan Samvad, in which how Jad Bharat ji taught Raja Raghuvan a lesson, and he gave his beautiful speech, great knowledge to Raja Raghuvan about the Bhavatvi and the difference between the body and the soul. So, one day Raja Raghuvan was going to Kapil Muni's ashram for the purpose of satsang. And he was going through a palki. He was going in a palki. You know what the meaning of palki is? It's a kind of covered chair. In the old days, king used to sit on it and the people used to carry it all. So Raja Rahugan was going in the palki, as suddenly a servant who was holding his palki on his shoulders got sick, one of them. So they told Raja Rahugan about it. Then the king said, no problem. Whoever comes in the way, just take him and make him do this job. So they were carrying the palki, and suddenly Jad Bharatji came in the way, and the servants asked him that, giving the instruction of the Raja Rahugan, and asked him that to do this job, he should hold the palki. And as we all know, Jad Bharatji had a very simple nature. Without uttering a word and saying anything, he agreed to do this job. After some time, the servants noticed that there was a difference in the pace of all of the other servants and Jad Bharatji. And why was it? Because all of them were moving in the front, seeing in the front. But Jad Bharatji, what he was doing? He was looking downwards and moving in the front. Why he was doing that? He was looking down because he was making sure that any of the living being should not come under his feet and die. So he was making sure that everything goes good. And suddenly an ant came under his feet. So he just jumped over it. And now you can imagine, if someone who is holding your weight on his shoulder suddenly jumps, what will happen to it? The Raja Rahugan got disturbed with the uneven movement and asked the servants, what is happening? Then servants told him that, Raja, king, we didn't did any mistake. It's all about this guy who we have chosen to do the job. Pointing out that Jad Bharatji, they were saying that this is the man who is not doing his job properly. After hearing it, Raja Rahugan took a look on Jad Bharatji. And after watching his healthy and young body, now he starts mocking him, saying that, oh, see his body, how weak he is, how old he is. Can't you see how he can carry this much weight on his shoulder? So in this kind of way, he started mocking him. But Jad Bharatji said nothing and remained quiet. So again, the journey starts. And after some time, another ant came under his feet and he did the same thing. He just jumped over it. But this time, Raja Rahugan got too angry. And he told Jad Bharatji that, I know you are doing it on purpose. You want me to set you free from this duty. Don't try to act over smart. Otherwise, I will punish you in the same way like Yamraj punishes the sinners in the Narklok. When Jad Bharatji heard this, then he starts thinking. He thought that Raja Rahugan is a good king. Raja Rahugan is a satsangi. He always respects all the Brahmans. So he was thinking that if I don't speak now, he will continue this kind of speech. And if he speaks to me like this, if he speaks to any Brahmans like this, then he is straightly going to the Narklok. To save him from that particular punishment, Jad Bharatji spoke for the first time in his life. And when he spoke, he gave him the great knowledge about the Vedanta. He says that, Rajan, what are you talking about? You says I am thick, thin, and you are saying that you will punish me like Yamraj. But let me tell you, you can't do anything to me. Because whatever you are talking about is relevant to the body, not by the soul, not to the soul. So whatever you are talking about, you can just do it to the body, but you can't do anything to me. The moment Raja Rahugan heard these words, he understood that he is not a common person. He came out of the palki and look a closer look to the Brahmin. And when he saw a Yagyupavit in his shoulder, on his shoulders, then he understood that this was a Brahman. He straight away bowed down to his feet and asked for forgiveness. कि प्रभु मुझे क्षमा कर दीजिए. I didn't know who you are. It was a misunderstanding. So please forgive me. When he realized his mistake, then Jad Bharat ji told him about the great knowledge of difference between the soul and the body. Great knowledge of Vedanta. He says that, Rajan, listen it carefully. Rajan, body and soul are not same. Whatever you talked about is only relevant to the body. This is the body which become thick, thin, or can be destroyed. Soul cannot be destroyed. Body is a tangible thing. You can see it. You can touch it. And it can also be destroyed like all the other objects in the world. But if we talk about the soul, who the Jivatma is, Jivatma is a part of that Supreme Personality, the Supreme God, which is indestructible. It cannot be destroyed. It's immortal. For an example, if I tell you to burn the air, can you do it? You cannot do it. If I give you a sword and tell you to cut the space in two halves, can you do it? You cannot do it. Because these are intangible and immortal. You can't harm these things in any way. But you can do all these things to the body. So this way, he taught him the difference between the soul, the Jivatma, and the body. Body is destructible. It can be destroyed. But the Jivatma sitting inside it, the soul sitting inside it, it just changes another body. It just changes the body according to our past karmas. So it cannot be destroyed. And after this great knowledge, he described the Bhavatvi. What does that mean? What is the meaning of Bhavatvi? What is the meaning of Bhavatvi? Bhav means the world. And Atvi means the jungle, the forest. In short, the world is a jungle filled with cruel animals. Let us try to understand this by a story. Once there was a man who was traveling and crossing a jungle. And suddenly, a wild elephant started rushing behind him, starts chasing him. To save his life, he starts running. And while running, he fell into a well which was in the middle of the woods. While he got fallen in the well, he just held a root which was going deep inside at the bottom of the well. He held that root. And now he is hanging inside the well. And what he sees? Elephant was outside the well waiting for him. And he was holding the roots which were going deep down the bottom to the well. And when he saw downwards, he saw a snake which was sitting there. The snake was waiting that when he fell down, it will just eat him. And on the other hand, the root which he was holding, there were two rats who was continuously chewing that root. So now what is the situation? Elephant is standing outside to kill him. He is holding the root inside the well, and that root is also being chewed by the rats. And deep down in the bottom, a snake is waiting to fall, for the fall of him, so that it can eat him. This is the situation. And suddenly he saw a hive, a nest of honeybees, which was just above the well on a tree. So he was looking at it, and there was a pure honey was dripping out of it. When that pure honey was dripping out of it, it was straightly going into his mouth. And the moment he took the taste of that pure honey, he forgot everything. And he was busy in tasting that honey again and again, forgetting all the situation he is really in. So what does that mean? Now let us understand the purport of this story. The elephant, the world we are living in is a big jungle. And the elephant who was chasing that particular man was none other than Samay Chakra, the time wheel, which has all of us made us all of us falling into this world according to our past karmas, the deeds we did. So, the Samay Chakra, the time wheel, the elephant made us fallen into this world according to our past karmas. And the root which we are holding, the person is holding, is none other than the lifeline. That's the lifeline. And which is becoming shorter day by day. Every day and night it's becoming shorter. And what are those two reds? Day and night. With each passing day and night, our lifespan is becoming shorter. And what does the mean of that snake which is sitting in the bottom? It is waiting for us in the bottom. It is none other than the Kal, the ultimate death. So the situation is right now, elephant is waiting outside, the Kal, the ultimate death, is waiting in the bottom, and the rats are chewing the root and making our lifespan shorter day by day. But what is that person doing? And what does the hive means, which is on the tree? It's the materialistic pleasure. The subjects of this materialistic world in which we are lost. We are blindly gone in tasting that materialistic pleasure. We forgot the situation we are fallen into. So this is the way we all are living in. We are in the situation where we have to fall in the ultimate death. But beside thinking about how to be rescued by this situation, we are just tasting the honey, chasing the pleasure of this materialistic world. So what should we do? By the great Drishtant of this Bhavatvi, Raja Rahugan Jad Bharatji told Raja Rahugan about the image of this realistic world and really how the living beings are living in this world. By giving this great knowledge, Jad Bharatji did Kalyan of Raja Rahugan and left. But now the question arises, how to deal with this situation? So the only way possible to get out of it is to attain moksha. If you get moksha, then you are not again going to fall in this well. For example, like Gajendra did. He was in the same situation, same kind of situation, and he called Bhagwan Hari and did his bhakti, and Hari himself came and got the Gajendra out of that particular situation. So the only way possible is to attain moksha, and the only way to attain moksha is by doing Ishwar's bhakti, Bhagwan's bhakti. So, how we can do Bhagwan's bhakti? What should we do in this world so that we can kind of reserve our seat in the Param Dham? So Brahmaji in his stuti tells us in the Dasma Skandha. What does he say? Tatte nukampam susamikshamadau bhunjane vatma kirtam vipakam hetvagvapurvir vedadhan namaste जीवेतयो mukti pade sadaya bhav. So Brahmaji tells 3 things we all should follow to reserve our seat in Param Dham, to attain moksha. What are those 3 things? Listen carefully. First, tattenukampam susamikshamano. Firstly, we should always closely consider the kripa of Lord upon us. We see many of us always tell God that you have this thing wrong to us. We don't deserve it. But if we closely consider the kripa of God, then we will see that how precious things He has given to us, which we can't afford. If we see, we all has got the Manav Tan. It's a precious, beautiful human body, which we can't get on our own. He gave it to us. And if we keep on considering the kripa, then we will see we all got the Manav Tan. We all are sitting in this Divya Triveni Mandir, hearing the satsang, doing the kirtan, doing the bhajan of Bhagwan, eating healthy food. So, if we consider, always thinking about it, then we will get to know that how God is gracing us at each and every time. There are people who are dying from hunger. There are people who are not getting a proper shelter also. But it's all about the God grace that we are sitting here and having this beautiful life. So first, what was the first thing? To consider closely that how Bhagwan is doing kripa, is gracing us in each and every time. Tattenu kampam susamikshamaru. And secondly, what we should do? Bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam. A person should always try to understand that if he is facing any situation in this world, it's the result of the karma he did in the past life. You have to face it. It's a karma cycle. So you should understand it. And because you have to face it, then why don't you face it with a smile? Understand it, that what you did is what you are going to receive. So, make sure that you face it with a smile and believe in God. And the third one, Hridvag Vapur Bhir Vedadan Namaste. Hrid, it means heart. We should worship God with our hearts. We should give Him place in our hearts. And Vag means speech. We should chant His name in our speeches. And Vapur means body. We should do every seva we can do with our body for bhakti. And Brahmaji says, if one person does all these things in his life, then definitely he is going a reservation in the Param Dham of Bhagwan. He is becoming worthy for that particular, the ultimate Mukti Pad. And if we talk about Jnanis will always opt that Mukti Pad. And if we talk about Bhakts, they will always prefer the attachment towards the lotus feet of God, where Mukti itself resides. So, now the question is, where do we get that lotus feet? Where Mukti resides? Then we can see Lord Krishna walking barefooted in Sridham Vrindavan. We can see it. Vrindaranyam swapad ramanam pravishad gita kirti. Lord Krishna always roam, all over the Vrindavan barefootedly. Vrindavaranyam swapad ramanam. That's why we should all pray to God that the pad, the lotus feet we are searching for is only in Vrindavan. So that's why we should always pray. We should ask God that He grace us with a particular time where we can reach that particular dham, Vrindavan dham, and attain the ultimate moksha and get the anand of staying over there. Once Mukti asked Bhagwan that Prabhu, I deliver Mukti to everyone according to you, but when will I get Mukti? When will I get mukti? Then what Lord says? मुक्ति कहे गोपाल से, मेरी मुक्ति बताए. What does God reply? पड़ी रहो ब्रज धाम में, मुक्ति मुक्त हो जाए. पड़े रहो ब्रज धाम में, मुक्ति मुक्त हो जाए. So God tells Mukti, if you want Mukti, then go and reside in Brijdham. That's the power, that's the ultimate goal. बोल वृंदावन धाम की जय. So how is that Vrindavan Dham? Come sing along with me. अरे ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे, ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे, ठाकुरानी राधा सी, ठाकुरानी राधा सी. हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरि हम कब होंगे, हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी. How is that Vrindavan? ओ ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे, ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे, ठाकुरानी राधा सी, ठाकुरानी राधा सी, ठाकुरानी राधा सी. हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी. वृंदावन धाम की जय. वंशी वट की शीतल छैया, 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 वंशी वट की शीतल छैया. सुबग नदी यमुना से, सुबग नदी यमुना से, सुबग नदी यमुना से. हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी. ओ ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे, ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे, ठाकुरानी राधा से, ठाकुरानी राधा से, ठाकुरानी राधा सी. हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरे हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी. जय हो. जाकी वैभव करत लालसा,
जाति वैभव करत लालसा,
जाकी वैभव करत लालसा,
जाति वैभव करत लालसा,
ओ जाकी वैभव करत लालसा,
जाति वैभव करत लालसा,
करमीत कमलासी, करमीत कमलासी, करमीत कमलासी, हरि हम होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी।
ओ इतनी आस व्यास की पुजवहूँ, इतनी आस व्यास की पुजवहूँ, इतनी आस हमारी पुजवहूँ, इतनी आस हमारी पुजवहूँ, इतनी आस हमारी पुजवहूँ,
इतनी आस हमारे
ओ वृंदा विपिन विलासी, वृंदा विपिन विलासी, वृंदा विपिन विलासी, हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी।
ओ ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे,
ठाकुर नंद किशोर हमारे,
ठाकुरानी राधासी,
ठाकुरानी राधासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी, हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी,
हरि हम कब होंगे ब्रजवासी।
ओ श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी, श्यामा प्यारी
प्यारी कुंज बिहारी,
ओ श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी, ओ जय जय श्री
हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
जय जय श्री हरिदास
दुलारी प्यारी,
ओ श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
ओ श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
ओ श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी, श्यामा
प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
ओ श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
श्यामा प्यारी प्यारी कुंज बिहारी प्यारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी, ओ जय जय
श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
ओ जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी प्यारी,
जय जय श्री हरिदास दुलारी।
बोल हरिदास महाराज की
जय।
वृंदावन धाम की
जय।
जय जय श्री राधे।
बोलो व्यास महाराज की
जय।
एक बार व्यास जी के लिए जोरदार ताली बजाइए। प्लीज गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं है कि पूज्य हमारे आचार्य ऋषि जी हमारे प्रिय भ्राता है. He is from a very ancient line of Param Vaishnavacharyas. I believe Guruji at one time told us that they can trace their lineage back to Mahasant Parashar Ji Muni. तो वृंदावन से केवल व्यास नहीं, वृंदावन से संत पधारे हैं. When the saints of Vrindavan come into our lives, come into our mandir to give us their blessings, for all of us, this is a very great saubhagya. So once more, give a round of applause to Vyas Ji.